Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to Colour Analysis ASMR. Today I am doing my own colour analysis again, but instead of using drapes around myself, I'm using backgrounds. I thought this might be something a little bit different because I haven't seen one colour analysis consultant use backgrounds rather than drapes. I mean, I have seen them use them as examples, but I haven't seen them only using backgrounds. So we'll start with the undertone test. But first, before I begin, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up, ring that notification bell, and share this video as it really helps the video out. And let's get started. Now, as you can see, I am all prepared by wearing this white polo t-shirt rather than a white cape, because this helps to isolate my colours and allow no visual distractions to come between me and the background behind me. So I'm wearing no makeup as well, and I'm still not very well from the cold that I have, so it will probably be easier to tell which colours I suit and which ones I don't. So let's get started with the undertone test by testing out the deep or dark colours, because I have quite deep hair colour naturally. I mean, it is dyed, but it is naturally this colour too. And I have quite clear eyes, so we will look at the autumn versus winter colours first. Autumn being warm, which is yellow based, and winter being cool, which is blue based. And I'm going to put up the backgrounds behind me with pegs. And I'm going to hang them onto the curtain poles and the curtains themselves. That's how I'm going to put the backgrounds up. So here we have the winter colours of the white and navy. I'm going to show you these colours as backgrounds individually as well. The navy and white are crisp, clear, cool colours as backgrounds. And we're going to test that against the cream and tan from the autumn palette. It's actually oyster and tan, but we're going to use cream instead because cream seems to be a bit warmer than oyster. So take a good look at me in these colours here. And then we'll switch to the tan and cream. See what you think. And here we have the cream and the tan, which are warm and yellow based and have more of an earthy look to them. They have a more sunlit look to them, whereas the white and navy had more of a moonlit appearance. These colours look like they've been lit up by the sun. And see how these colours look against me compared to the cool colours. Tell me, can you tell a difference yet? Let me know in the comments. Now we are testing out the greens. So we have the olive green from autumn, which is warm, and we'll compare that to the dark emerald or pine green from the winter palette. We'll even compare with the grass green from the autumn palette as well, as that is a bit warmer, and it might make it a bit easier to tell the difference between the two, because this is a warm green, but it's warm more of a neutral warm. It's not obviously warm. So we'll test it out against the grass green as well, which is obviously very yellow based and will make it more obvious if you can't see the difference already between the deep colours. The cool colour background's not big enough to stretch across the curtains, so I have to put it behind me like this. But I will show you the other warm and cool greens respectively by putting them up against the curtains. Tell me if you can see a difference between the neutral warm autumn green and this cool pine green. They are both deep greens, but I will show you the obviously warm and obviously cool greens next in comparison, if you can't tell any difference between the two. Okay, now we have the autumn grass green, which is obviously warm and can be found above the earth, whereas greens that are cool and blue based are found under the ground, under the earth. So this is how this green looks against me, and we'll compare it with the dark emerald from the winter palette. This is how I look against the cool blue based dark emerald dual toned green. Now, can you tell the difference yet between the warm and the cool? If you can't, don't worry, we're going to go through some more colours. Here we have a cool blue based yellow of Ice Lemon from the winter palette. It's like pure white mixed with just a drop of yellow to make a very ice lolly kind of yellow. But this is a better colour to test with me rather than the acid yellow, because acid yellow can be a bit bright on some people, whereas this is a more fair test, I would say. And we'll compare that to this to the mustard from the autumn palette, which is much more earthy and rich with a toasty warmth. So this is how I look against this background, and I will show you how I look against the mustard next. And this is how I look against the mustard background in comparison. Let me know in the comments if you see any difference between the cool and warm drapes yet. Especially since yellow is obviously warm by default. Even when they have cooler versions, there are some people that struggle to wear yellow even when they are cooler. So let me know in the comments if you see a difference. Do I look better in warm or cool? Where do I look more defined? Where do I look more awake? And when do my eyes pop more? Take a good look at the next colours. Now we are going to do pinks. We have the warm, sunny coral pink. It's just coral really. See how I look against this one compared to the raspberry pink from the winter and summer palettes. Coral is from the spring and autumn palettes. Both are medium chroma colours, which means they are between soft and bright. Okay, let's look at the raspberry next. Here we have the cool blue based raspberry. Let me know in the comments whether cool or warm is best on me. We have cool blue-based red, a burgundy. We'll compare that to the brick red or geranium from autumn. And this is the geranium red from spring and autumn. Let's take a look at some more colours. Now with the blues, I am going to be a bit more simultaneous with showing the cool versus warm blue. This is electric blue behind me. Very crisp, clear blue. It's like blue on steroids. It's so cool in undertone. And I'll show you the peacock blue, which is warm, rich and earthy. Contains a lot more yellow in the colour. And I'll show you this compared to the electric blue behind me. Now, does the cool colour make me look crisp, bright and clear? Or does it make me look pinched and cold? And does the warm colour make me look hot and bothered, a bit jaundiced, a bit yellow, unhealthily kind of yellow? Or does it make me look toasted and warm? Let me know in the comments whether the cool or the warm colours are best on me. And I'll give you the answer using the metallics of silver, which is cool, versus gold, which is warm. You might have noticed that I don't put the cool versus warm in order. I like to switch the orders. So this is gold, which is very warm and yellow based, as you can see. This is how I look against gold. This is actually old gold from the autumn palette, which I am using as gold for metallic, the backgrounds. Now I'll show you this against the silver, which is from the winter palette, but summers and winters can wear silver, just like springs and autumns can wear old gold in places, especially as metallics. Although springs do need brighter yellows than this in general, they can still wear old gold as jewellery. And this is how I look against a silver background. Take a good look and we'll compare the two and I'll give you the answer. Okay. At risk of looking like I'm about to scream at a football match, like, I'm going to put this up as a background, and you can see that there's just no definition here at all. My skin's gone quite yellow from what I can see on the camera, at least from what I can see. You might see something differently, but I see myself going very yellow and pale. The gold looks very cheap and muddy. Whereas in the silver, look porcelain and glowing, and the silver looks really expensive, bright and clear. Looks so rich and expensive, just like platinum would. So my undertone is cool. Thank you for playing along with the first part of the colour analysis. Now we're going to look at the intensity. Now we're going to test the summer colours versus the winter colours. Summer is soft, smoky, and has more grey mixed in the colours and a bit more white, whereas the winter colours are more pure, saturated, vivid, crisp colours. This is Cornflower from the summer palette, which is soft. It is softer. This is how I look against it, and we'll compare it to the electric blue from winter. Don't worry if you don't notice a difference in the beginning. I will take you through the process. This is the electric blue, very bright, crisp and clear, very saturated. This is how I look against the background. Now, does the background wear me, or do I wear the background? That's the question. With these two colours in particular, sometimes it can be a bit tricky to see the difference depending on how cool that person's undertone is or how medium that person's chroma is. But there will be colours that are towards the very extremes of bright and soft, which will make it easier to tell the difference. I should also point out that the chroma is how bright or soft, how pure their pigment is versus how grey their pigment is. People who have a low chroma will need softer, more greyed colours, whereas people who are brighter will need more pure, pigmented colours that have much more saturation without any or much grey mixed in the colours. Now here we have magenta, which is very bright from the winter palette. Lots of brightness here, not a single bit of grey mixed in. We're going to compare this to Rose from the summer palette. Let me know if you can tell the difference. Now, where do you see me first? Do you see me first in the rose or in the magenta? Which background looks more expensive? Does the rose feel flat or does it feel elegant? Does the magenta feel expensive and rich, or does it feel overpowering and garish? Let me know in the comments. Here we have the duck egg turquoise, which is a very delicate, milky turquoise from the summer palette. And we're going to compare this to the legume blue from the winter palette. This is how duck egg looks against me. And we'll compare it to the legume blue next. And now I'm going to compare this duck egg blue, which is behind me, with legume blue, which is very bright. Okay, so this is winter, legume blue versus the duck egg from summer. Which one looks more expensive and uplifting? Let's take another look. Yes, it's a t-shirt. So I don't have any other legume blue backgrounds yet, because I'm not a professional colour analyst. I'm just very enthusiastic about colour analysis. Okay, let me know if you can tell any difference. Okay, with this pair of colours we have the royal purple, which is very dark, bright, and we'll compare that to the amethyst, which is softer, lighter, and more smoky in comparison. Which one looks more expensive? Does the amethyst look flat and boring, or does it look uplifting and expensive? Does the royal purple look stark and heavy, or does it look rich and expensive? Let me know in the comment section. I'll show you again. This is how I look in the amethyst from summer. This is the royal purple from winter. With the last pair of colours, the greens, we have the dark emerald, which is a dual colour, dual kind of green from the winter palette. And here we have the jade green from the summer palette, which is more white and a tiny bit of grey mixed in to make it softer. Which one looks more uplifting? Take a good look. Now, does the dark emerald look heavy and stark, or does it look rich and expensive and quite crisp? Or does the jade look flat? Does the jade look flat and boring next to me, or does it look uplifting and expensive? We'll also take it a step further and compare this to another green from the summer palette, which is called sea green, which is a teal. It's a darker green from the summer palette. Which one was better? Take another look. Let me know in the comments. Okay, I will admit that in my case it is not so obvious, but I am marginally softer because this gives me more of a glow, more of a definition, gives me more light, brings the focus to me rather than the colour. Whereas the dark emerald isn't bad by any means. The undertone is absolutely correct, but the intensity is a bit strong and can make me look a bit pale because I don't have enough colour here. Can you see? It's just, I look a bit white and a bit grey next to this compared to the jade, which makes me look brighter. You see, you have to feel brighter in your colours as well. That's the key to it. Okay, now that we've established that I am a summer, which means that overall my colours are soft rather than bright, or at least softer rather than bright, let's take a look and rate each colour from the summer palette that I have available. Let's start with the soft white. Let me know in the comments which colours you really like on me as backgrounds. I'll also show you my sister sub-season at the end, the season which I border with the most from the summer palette, and show you my second best colours from a different palette at the end. Let's move on to French Navy. Here we have the French Navy. This is the lighter, more smoky navy compared to the navy we saw during the undertone test of the winter navy. Let's take a look at the dark blue grey next. This is the dark blue grey, a smoky blued grey. It's mixed with more blue, so it's not a clean grey like from the winter palette, just more delicate. Now do my best to show you the soft white and French Navy together as backgrounds. That's how it would look together. Now, first, I'm going to take you through all of the light pastel summer colours that I have available. As you can see, these are like ice cream colours with most of them. You see the primrose and the pastel rose, the cyclamen, and the hyacinth. Lovely, dreamy summer colours. Now let's see how they look as backgrounds individually. Let's start off with primrose, shall we? Okay, primrose. Probably one of the warmest colours within the cool spectrum of summer. Cool, soft and light spectrum of summer. I'll take you through the powder blue. Let me know in the comments what you think of the pastel colours. The light summer, pastel summer colours. Pastel rose. And we have the duck egg once again from before. The cyclamen pink. A very delicate milky pink with a touch more softness than the pastel rose from earlier. This has more grey mixed into it. I'd say this is even closer to the brown soft summer end of the summer palette. And lastly we have hyacinth. Probably one of the coolest colours from the selection. Although I think powder blue is marginally cooler because hyacinth actually borders with the spring palette. It crosses over with the spring palette. Let's take a look at some more colours. Now let's go through the brown soft summer colours of the summer spectrum. These colours have a degree of greyness about them, with just a hint more warmth overall, although some of them do flow into the dark cool summer area of colours because of the depth of some of the colours, so they cross over. Let's take a look first at the coral red. This is like coral but with a touch of pink added to it, as well as the red to make it marginally cool. This is more of a neutral cool. You can see how it starts to look a bit more like an autumn or spring colour, can't you? Because it looks slightly warmer. Next we'll move on to the clover pink, which is very, very soft. One of the softest colours from the summer palette. Then we have the sea green once again. One of them just dropped. sea green actually crosses over with Kingfisher from the autumn palette, except for sea green it's a bit more blue based and it's deeper because with Kingfisher it has more yellow mixed in, so automatically it is lighter, with yellow being a tint, and when you mix a tint into a colour it makes it lighter by default. And we'll have the smoked grape next. This is another one of those colours besides the sea green, which crosses over into the cool dark summer area. And lastly we have the Air Force blue, which crosses over into cool dark summer. This is the Air Force blue. It is soft but very cool, so you can definitely see how it's merging into the cool dark summer area. It is very blue at the same time. Now let's move on to some true mid-range summer colours before we move on to the cool dark summer colours which border with winter. Okay, these are the true summer colours. They look very bright next to each other, but they do have this very elegant softness to them when they're put against even brighter colours, like the winter colours. Look absolutely gorgeous together, don't they? It's just, oh, it's amazing. Now, let's have a look, shall we? First, we'll start with the cherry red. The light, bright red from the summer palette. Certainly lighter and certainly brighter, but it's very cool at the same time. We move on to the sky blue, which is one of the mid blues. Looks quite bright against me, doesn't it? That's something that a winter would never be able to achieve, is to make sky blue look bright. You see, summers we make sky blue look brighter, which is something very unique to us. Now, let's have a look at the amethyst. And the penultimate one is the rose. And the last one is the jade. I love these blue greens. Now we will take a look at the cool dark summer colours which border with winter. With the true summer colours that we just saw, they don't border with any other season. So these ones are very in the middle of summer. Now here are the dark summer colours. These ones have the most brightness and depth of the summer colours, but they have a smokiness to them, even though they look bright and near each other. Although the cornflower does flow into the true summer area a bit more. The raspberry. We have the brighter version of turquoise that we have in the summer palette as well. They're gorgeous together. Now let's take a look at them individually as backgrounds. One of my favourite turquoises in the entire world. That looks bright on me but still has that elegance and allows me to shine. I love this. We have the cornflower. Very cool blue. We have the plum, which only looks expensive on people with a cool undertone. The colours damson and plum are very similar, so we really can't go wrong as summers and winters with plum or damson. Warm undertones, springs and autumns. These colours will not look. This colour will not look expensive on springs and autumns because it's far too cool and blue based. One of them dropped on the floor. Actually, two of them did. Here we have burgundy once again. The background. Summer and a winter colour at the same time. I love this velour material. I wish all of my drapes were like this. Tell me, which one of these sub-seasons is your favourite so far? Out of the four that I've shown you, still have another couple of colours to go from this sub-season, but let me know in the comments. This is Delph, albeit looks like a brighter Delph, what with it being satin, but it's still soft and smoky enough to be Delph, and it looks brighter against summers anyway. And we have the raspberry. Which flows between summer and winter. It's a crossover colour with summer and winter. We really can't go wrong with this colour at all. Looks expensive in both seasons. It's very cool in undertone, so only people with a cool undertone will be able to get away with this colour. Just like how people with warm undertones, only people with warm undertones can get away with coral, which I was showing you in the undertone test. This raspberry was shown to you in the undertone test as well. That's how cool it actually is. So let me know in the comments which sub-season, the pastel summer, which is also light summer, the brown summer, which is also soft summer, the true summer, which is, sorry, that looked like a middle finger. I put a middle finger up with the camera. The true summer, which is the midsummer, and the dark summer, I'll do it again, which is also the cool summer. Let me know in the comments which subseason you liked the most so far. And I'm going to show you my sister subseason to give you a little hint. Okay, now I'm going to show you my sister subseason of colours. I'm going to take you through the colours, and as I go through the colours, guess in the comments, put your guess into the comment section below which season you think I border with. Okay, this is grey. I'll show you the next colour, which is the pure white, optic white. Looks less optic on camera, but probably because I have a white t-shirt on right now. We have the fuchsia. These colours make me very happy too. Take one of the drapes that has just fallen on the floor because they're very slippery, not very tactile with the windowsill they're perched onto. Dark emerald is actually not bad on me. Getting any hints yet? The light emerald. The silver. You might remember this. Very shiny, silky, luxurious material of silver. Love, love, love silver. We have the navy, which is coming up next. The expensive looking velour material, which will depict the navy behind me. Oh, shiny side is on the wrong side. Okay, there we are. And for the last one, we have the electric blue. Only this time I'm using the velour version of electric blue. Okay, so do you know what my subseason is, as well as my sister subseason? Put it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your verdict before I give you the answer. Now, I'm going to give you the answer to the question of which subseason I am, as well as the sister subseason that I can borrow from, or I am next to, as a background collage. So you'll see all or most of the colours behind me as the answer. And of course I'll give you the answer verbally as well. So let's get started with showing you those colours. Okay, so this is the answer, guys. So I did the best I could, so make of this what you will. I have the navy with the silver, the plum, silver here too. It's already coming apart. The electric blue, the raspberry. You might just be able to get the mid turquoise from the summer palette, and the burgundy, which is here. So this is coming apart. Okay. I hope that you enjoyed this video. So in conclusion, I'm a cool dark summer primarily. I can borrow from the cool sultry winter palette as my best colours. So the coolest of the colour spectrum is the best part of the colour spectrum for me. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please give this video a thumbs up, leave a like because it really helps out the video. Share this video, ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on a video or any of my content. And I will see you on the next video. Take care. Good night. Better say good night before it all comes tumbling down. Take care. Good night.